family. How wonderful for this extremely special couple to be surrounded by their close friends and family on such a joyous, memorable occasion. I also want to say that this is usually the point at a wedding where my husband either goes to the bathroom or the bar or sits and rolls his eyes because he thinks that Maid of Honor speeches are his absolute least favorite moment of the wedding. He thinks they're too long and filled with too many inside jokes, so I plan to be short and steer away from those jokes. So hopefully I can prove to him that a Maid of Honor speech might not actually be that bad. Jordana is probably one of the most unique people on this planet. There will never be another person like her. So John, I'm sure you're aware of what you're getting yourself into, but just in case, I've provided a little crash course of Jordana Ginsburg. Now Waka for you. The J in Jordana stands for jumpy. She jumped and flipped out of her crib at 18 months old, and she hasn't stopped since. Growing up, I spent hours in gyms all over watching her jump and flip her way to medals and trophies. She gave us great joy with every leap, flip, twist, and jump. But her best jump so far was jumping into your heart. As we all know, it has given her more pride than any of those medals and trophies that still line her childhood bedroom walls. The O in Jordana stands for opinionated. If you want to feel good about what you are wearing, don't ask her opinion. Because she is honest, too honest. Most likely if you do, she will tell you it looks awful, she liked the other one better, take it off immediately, or you should have never purchased it in the first place. So John, if you feel good in what you're wearing or what you're purchasing, my advice to you is don't ask her opinion because you may not like the answer. The R in Jordana stands for reasonable. You will not find Jordana shopping in a department with anything fancy or luxurious. She is super practical and very frugal. At my own bridal shower, as I was opening gifts, she had a comment for almost all the gifts on why I even needed each one. When I opened a berry bowl, she said, "Why can't you just buy a colander from the dollar store instead?" John, I think this actually might work out to your advantage. The D in Jordana stands for dedicated. She is the most devoted and loving sister, daughter, aunt, and friend. I'm sure everyone in this room can attest to how helpful, kind, and loving she is. She treats my children like her own, and I can always count on her for anything and everything. Well, except a diaper change after a nap now and again. She's dedicated to her work, her passions, and even her weekly meal prep. When Jordana does something, she does it with heart and commitment. And John, I think this is something she will definitely apply to marriage. The A in Jordana stands for active. Jordana has made a career and lifestyle out of physical activity. She is passionate about health and fitness, not just for her clients, but also for herself. She is constantly nagging my father to go to the gym. John and Jordana weren't a match made in heaven, they were a match made in a gym. And I'm sure this will pass down to all their generations. Oh, and John, if you ever lose your love for physical fitness, don't worry, she'll nag you, just like she nags my dad. The N in Jordana stands for nice. She really doesn't have a bad bone in her body. Well, except for her brutal honesty, but you can give her a pass for that. She's very sensible and kind, and she is someone who you always want to have by your side. As kids, she wanted to dress like me and do everything I did. As a child, I found this very annoying, yet this was her nice way of showing her love and admiration for me. Her kindness runs deep, and this John will help you through all the good times and bad times life has to offer. The A in Jordana stands for affectionate. My kids can't get enough kisses from their Aunt Anna, and as we stand here today, seeing how affectionate John and Jordana are together, we can most definitely declare that this is one match that will last forever. John, you have brought out this most affectionate side in Jordana, and I thank you for loving her and taking care of her. May the two of you have the affection you show now for the rest of your lives. The rabbi stole this part, but my grandmother had unique sweet sayings for each of us. To me, she said, "Shh," which meant, "Shh, you're my favorite." But to Jordana, she said, "All mine." I have no doubt that she is looking down at this very moment smiling. As Jordana, you are now all Johns. So if we could all raise a glass to John and Jordana on a long, beautiful marriage filled with good health, happiness, and laughter, as well as barbells, activewear, and tons of CrossFit t-shirts. L'chaim and cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs. Walker.